Vince, it's just us hanging out.
Lovely spring evening. Whoa, what's that? Boo! Boo! Hungry! Oh, Aaron, that's Majin Buu.
And who's that behind him?
It is I, the great wizard Babidi.
Oh no, Vince, if I remember correctly, if we don't give Majin Buu something good to eat, he's gonna turn us into cookies and eat us.
Oh, no. Aaron, do you have any snacks on you?
Hold on, I'm comically patting myself.
I don't have any pockets.
Wait, I do have one thing, but I don't want to give it up. But if it means our lives, I guess I have to, because I'm talking about Tokyo Treat and how they want everyone to experience Japan from the comfort of their own home through their snack boxes.
What is this Tokyo Treat you speak of? Boo, hungry!
Oh yeah, I'll get to it. I forgot you're from the Demon Realm. Let me explain. Tokyo Treat is a fun and exclusive monthly snack box packed with Japan's coolest and craziest treats. Each month, you'll get a rare Kit Kat flavor, limited edition chips, noodles, and the latest treats from Japan straight to you. How does that sound, Boo?
Boo like, Boo want. Aaron, you're doing great. Majin Buu's on our side.
All right, I'm going to keep going because each box comes with a cultural booklet that is chock full of information like what snacks are you going to get, allergy information, and also cultural information. There's a picture of you there, Boo.
Look, Boo, you're in the book.
But my favorite thing about Tokyo Treat is that each box has a theme, and this month the theme is Sakura Nights Snack Fest. Experience the fun of Japan at night with Tokyo Treat, featuring Sakura-flavored treats and tasty seasonal snacks inside. This box brings the charm of Japan's Yozakura, cherry blossoms at night, right to you. Let me show you the goods. Here's the specially designed box. You see right on there, you got those matcha latte Kit Kats.
Boo like Kit Kat. Boo want Kit Kat.
Oh, you'll get that and a bunch of other snacks. Because I think it'd be fun, Boo, if we do a little Boo or Doom as I list off some of the snacks that come in the box. How does that sound?
Boo! Boo!
All right, here we go. Sakura matcha wafers.
Boo!
Okay, Sakura Castella cake.
Boo!
How about a Sakura sandwich cookies?
Boo!
Ooh, sweet and sour gummies.
Boo, boo, boo!
3 boos, ow. And then Twilight truffle chips.
Boo! Boo want! Boo hungry!
Right.
Boo want snacks!
I'm going to get to it, but I got to get a little something for me because I saw these Sakura jellies and I thought I need to get into these.
I'm sorry, Aaron, that I've been so quiet. I've been terrified of Majin Buu.
I'm terrified that I have to give these snacks away because this jelly is good in my belly. I love it.
Majin Buu is now licking his lips, Aaron.
Oh, no.
I think you've sold him.
Okay. I mean, we've sold him just like other people who have experienced the box have been sold on Tokyo Treat when we share it with friends, family, coworkers. We've had listeners reach out and tell us how much they've enjoyed their box. It's great. I don't know what else to say about it. Besides, if you want your own box, all you got to do is go over to team.tokyotreat.com/Kame, Kame, like the show, and use our promo code Kame to get $5 off your first box. That's for everyone here on Earth. I'm assuming the Demon Realm as well. You can also get a box that way.
Boo want box. Give Boo box. Aaron, you better give it over.
All right. I'm sliding it over. I wanted those treats for myself, Vince.
It's okay, Aaron. We can get you another box. We can go to team.tokyotreat.com/Kame and get you another box, whatever you want.
And I'll use a special promo code Kame to get $5 off the first box.
Majin Buu, what do you say? Boo say thank you.
Aw, he's very polite.
What a polite Majin.
Yummy, yummy.
You're listening to Kame House Party Daima Edition 4 and 5, maybe 6. We'll see. We'll see where we get to. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Vince.
And I'm Aaron. I'm also a host. Don't be fooled.
And this is our little Daima dump that we are trying to do on a weekly basis. Dump may be the perfect phrase for these 2 episodes, maybe 3 episodes of Dragon Ball Daima. Aaron, I'm very excited to be talking Daima once again with you, my friend. Dipping into this grand adventure through the demon realm, and yeah. Hope you've been enjoying it.
It's been a show. I think we're still getting used to each other this year, Daima.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing what what all there is, because there's not. Yeah, it's still. I'm still enjoying it.
But you may be feeling like it's a little shallow.
Perhaps. I think that might be it, or a. So far, it's been a casual jaunt through the
yeah.
Maybe the thing.
Not too much. Like the momentum still feels like we're maybe pushing the ball uphill still.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, really interesting, because it seems like they took a lot of the correct lessons from Sandland. In that Sandland, I think is a little bit stronger in terms of the sense of adventure, because it's a fully new world with fully new characters, at least to me. But they're similarly chibi and overly cute. And I think the geopolitical strife of the Sandland world is ultimately more interesting than Goku finding more balls to fawn over. And we'll start this discussion with episode 4 of Dragon Ball Daima, Chatty. Chatty is the episode, because Aaron, all they do is chat.
They're really getting into it with the talk. I think last we left off, Glorio's plane is gone.
Gasp.
They were jerks, and so it was stolen as revenge. So they're kind of on foot.
Yeah, Glorio's just like, all right, we gotta walk it, I guess. Let's go this way.
Mm-hmm. And Goku, of course, is like, we'll just fly. And it's like, no, Goku, you can't do what you normally do, because this place is weird. It's got thick air.
Got that air is thick with 2 carbons, baby.
It's much like thick water.
Oh my God, don't you dare invoke thick water.
It's what they're flying through.
It is what they're flying through. But it's funny because they're like, you can't fly, but hey, we got to the edge of a video game abyss. Here's where we can fly.
Yeah.
And like the big thing is we get to see Glorio in action. He fights a big old one-eyed flying green people eater. Sends it back to the shadow realm within the demon realm. And Goku's like, hey, you're not bad. You might be better than Shin over here. Then on the other side of the canyon, they find a spot where they can, of course, feed Goku, the hungry baby boy. He's got a baby's metabolism, and he needs to feed
every 4 hours.
Yeah, Glorio should be burping this dude.
Yeah. Well, Goku won't latch on. He can't form the suction.
Glorio's just, what a drag. Can't even get this guy to latch.
I've never sucked a teat before.
What's really surprising is
Has
Goku.
Goku sucked a teat? No.
Has Goku sucked a teat before?
Raised in a tube for nourishment, you freaks.
Yeah.
Is what we're talking about.
For sustenance.
I mean, call it that. It is. No, he's in a tube, right?
Yeah, he's in a tube the whole time.
As soon as he came out. Just plop in like Alka-Seltzers.
This line of inquiry, I think, has reached its final stop.
What I'm saying is that Goku was bottle fed. We
That's
can
right.
move on.
We can move on,
Which is fine. Yeah, they go to a cafe, a tea shop. They says. And this is like. This is a bunch of goof 'em ups. There's an old man who can't hear that well.
A plane? A what? A plane?
Give me money. And then like there's some weird negotiation going on.
Yeah. And I felt like Glorio kind of reveled in it. Like he liked getting the deal over on this old man. And I was like, whoever's paying you must not be paying you that well to do this job if you're haggling like this. And they're like, all right, I don't have a plane, but I can give you this sky seed. While the haggling's going on, Goku is like, oh, look, candy. Turns out it's not candy. It's some bugs, but they're special bugs.
Medibugs.
Medibugs. Thank you. I was trying to find the word for it, but the Medibugs, some make are like sensu and will make you strong or refill your health or stamina. And I think the highlight that I had was there are fusion bugs. You split them in half, the two people that eat them, or three as was depicted in the pictogram. You combine all your strength into one new being for a limited amount of time. So quite the Chekhov's fusion that that the crew is putting in front of us.
It could have been a chance to do something else. Here are metabugs. They do these things, but also they do that. You get bug-like armor. You shrink. Bring back the shrink. Bring back shrinking shenanigans.
Ooh, yeah. Is there anything else that you would have liked the Medibugs to do? Like a monsterization Medibug? Like I thought we'd be trying to transform Goku into a demon more so that he's not found out to be an outsider. But it feels like half the people that encounter them are just like, I don't know, he's a kid.
It's like, ears around. We hate him. Just if you could just give Goku all the magical abilities that he's encountered in bug form, let him shape change for 5 minutes.
Oh yeah. Then he could be like, oh, this is what oolong feels like. It's weird.
I don't care for it. Nick, I can't answer that question. I haven't watched Super.
What's the question? How much do you think Shin and Kibito are going to eat the bugs to maintain continuity with Super? I don't know what you're referencing there, Nick.
It's done this thing.
I know. But we shrunk to child size and can no longer comment on Super references. But maybe if Nick is suggesting that when Shin and Kibito fused, no, because that's still Dragon Ball Z, and I can't spoil any more of that for you, Aaron, because the Buu Saga is closer than ever before in our normal podcast run. I did not like this Sky Seed bit. I thought it was dumb. Like Shin and Goku, Shin should not be freaked out by the fact that they are just being propelled by what would give me the biggest hay fever of a giant piece of pollen flying through the air. Because the joke is like, Glorio's like, oh no, we're flying. I'm not piloting this. And we're going to fall at a point. And Shin's like, we're going to fall. What? You can fly. You can fly. So there's no danger in my mind.
I can see that. I thought it was a fun bit just because the idea of like, we're gonna strap you on this thing, I'm gonna hit its butt, and then you're off, baby.
Oh, the comedy of the mechanics, great. Absolutely. The little fanfare. I believe the old man puts on like a helmet and does like a little presentation. Like, this is the Sky Seed. You paid me 5,000 coin for this. Yeah, a one-way trip. Come on,
to go
now.
what, 120 kilometers?
Something like that. Far enough.
Miles?
Far enough.
I ain't paying. Let's see, 5,000. Just we'll assume the yen. $50? Nah. For an hour trip? No thanks.
No, that's not. That's a bad ROI.
But an hour trip in 2 minutes though. Then what? Get you across the river? Get you to Jersey?
Yeah, give me the state that's currently on fire. Oh, hasn't it always been on fire? Jersey Slam. Save the mics. Save Jersey mics, and that's it. Let the Garden State burn. I'm sorry, don't. Save the Garden State. They land, they do some more walking, they come upon a village. This is where we get a little bit more detail about how the world is run under Goma's thumb.
Instantly, almost.
Yeah. Aaron, it almost felt like maybe we could have done like a fun Star Wars star wipe just to that. Just a huge Lucas wipe while they were walking over to that. And we get to see King Goma's his edict being worked out by the what were they called? What is his armed forces called? The
Gendarmerie?
The Gendarmerie? I always want to say menagerie, but
the menagerie. That's better. But you got to do a makeup word.
Yeah, you got to do a makeup word for a made-up show.
What food is this named after, though?
That I don't know. That I do not know. I have been really enjoying the simplicity of the dialogue of this series and viewing the Japanese cut, because it feels like the kind of show my Japanese teacher would have been like, oh, you want to learn Japanese better? Watch this show. You have the reading comprehension and listening comprehension of a 5-year-old. And the show is full of babies, so you'll like it and you'll learn a little bit. But Goku sees injustice happening and is like, hey, I'm going to stop it.
Because the whole thing is that they're collecting taxes. They want gold. And if you can't pay up the money, they have a machine that will take 9 years off your lifespan.
That's right. Because I think the tax is 3 gold coins, and if you can't pay up, we'll take the difference in your life force.
No, that's insane.
Everybody is wearing collars. That too. They're wearing collars and appear to be able to be like subjugated via the gendarmerie staff or ability to kind of like, one guy is like, oh, they caught me. I tried to run away. Your old savings and loan. Demon Jimmy Stewart.
Oh, Glorio, you're an old maid.
An old maid. Look at the bags under your eyes, Glorio.
You're reading books in a library.
What horrible fate has befallen you?
Wait on me hand and foot, Glorio. What's the problem?
My precious Norms.
Hey, 'tis the season. It's coming up.
Hey, add it to your Christmas watch list.
I do. Correct. Look, Jimmy Stewart reacting that way is definitely more about like. Actually, what was that about? Why was he so? I take it back. I was about to defend George Bailey. It's like, well, it's his life that he worked so hard for is gone in this reality.
Mm-hmm.
But the more I think about it, that instance, I think it was just like, wait, you suck. You're not cool.
I thought you were down.
Oh, you're some kind of nerd.
I'd rather get a hookworm than a bookworm.
I'm going to go back to when this town turned dirty and just a bunch of bars. Look, It's a Wonderful Life. It's a wonderful.
Yeah.
I'll say it here. It's a wonderful movie.
Check and check. Just like White Christmas, a wonderful film. I unironically enjoy White Christmas because it's one of my mom's favorite movies.
Sean Distin.
I'm a Sean Distin, Vince White Christmas. You can call me that.
Honeybee, what up? What up?
What up, Honeybee? Aaron, somehow I got into sports instead of becoming a song and dance man. Like all of my mother's media. All she did was watch musicals around me.
Interesting.
Including The Wiz. He's on down the road.
It's a great role for Michael Jackson.
And a great role for Goku to play the spoiler to these bad men. But wait, a masked figure, tiny in stature, steps in to right the wrongs with a wasabi bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And it fizzes out.
Yeah.
And a chase ensues.
It's yeah, clearly it's not real wasabi, it's just horseradish.
Got him.
You just dyed that smoke green. But Goku has a very good fighting some scrubs. And then I think they just cheese it at the end is kind of how it pans out.
Yeah. Goku does some cool staff stuff. They more than ever am I getting that they are coding little baby Goku as Jackie Chan. Like the moves, the glee in which he's fighting, the improvisational style, the using of the environment, the using of a great big stick. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch The Drunken Master, one of the all-time great martial arts action films, and a true showcase of Jackie Chan's versatility from acting to action, and then some. But yeah, they cheese it. They get out of there.
I think that's it for that episode.
Yep.
Right?
That does it for Chatty, and we can jump right into episode 5, Panzy. Because
yeah. So Nick says that gendarmerie is not a made-up word; they're a branch of the French armed forces.
Oui. Mm-hmm. A perfect pairing for the game after the podcast. And I guess it's now that you say it with a French accent, it does sound like a gendarme. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Oh, gendarmerie, my heart is only for you.
We must feed the gendarmerie with their favorite sustenance, French onion soup.
French onion dip.
Oui. Then
fries.
They must cover their face to eat the baby bird.
Oh, yeah.
So that God may not judge them for their gluttony.
The thing I genuinely want to try.
How close were you when you visited La France?
I don't think I could have gotten any. First of all, I think it would have been like hundreds of dollars probably.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It was all the company dime. So next time I'll have to make a point to sin in front of God.
Yeah. I want to eat something so good that God's like, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, don't put me in the Garden of Eden. I'm eating all the fruit.
Because I'm Garden of Eden it all, God. You got brisket coming off of trees. What's up with that? I'm not supposed to have that.
That's what Eve said, and God's like, no puns.
No puns. Hey, Adam, put that rib back.
Shoving it in his side. It's like, Adam, you're so dumb.
Yeah, God's just doing a lot of this, a lot of rubbing his forehead in those early days.
Yeah, he was figuring it out.
I mean, the whole Tower of Babel debacle. Jeez, could he have mismanaged that project anymore?
Just like, hey, these humans want to get closer to me. Fuck you. That was it.
You know what they wanted? They wanted transparency with management. Mm-hmm. And instead of a pizza party and like 5 minutes of FaceTime, they got smited to hell and back.
Humans tried to unionize. And he union busted them through language.
Oh, my goodness.
Honeybee's saying their go-to for Christmas movies are one, The Santa Claus with an E.
Yep.
Die Hard.
Okay.
With one E. And then Feast of the Seven Fishes, of course.
Of course, add it to your rotation because it is a very good Christmas movie.
It's back on Netflix here in the States.
It did a lot better than that weird Kristen Stewart holiday movie.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas, yeah.
Co-written by Mary Holland.
Yes. We love Mary Holland. Mm-hmm. But if you could only have picked one holiday movie that year, you pick Feast of the Seven Fishes. Mm-hmm. It's got heart. It's got Joey Pants.
It's got Aaron J. Shelton as a real idiot.
A real guy in a real film.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's got somebody announcing a stripper.
Oh, yeah. An unpaid actor of some sort.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Candy. Maybe that's what I should do.
Start working the clubs?
Start hitting the clubs.
And you can announce when people's vehicles are being towed.
Oh, I can't wait. Ooh. Owner of the blue BMW 3 Series, you're being towed. And I'm not talking about Mario's friend. Princess Peach's subject. They're
like, Vince, this is supposed to be a fun and sexy environment, and you keep making Nintendo references.
I'm sorry. Let me just intro this next performer. And coming up is the
management's shaking their head. He's like, he's gonna fucking do it.
is the performer you all come to see. It's prime time, and nothing like Lucy Koopa Troopa to come out of her shell. She's rolling her eyes.
That one's fine. That is her thing. She does wear a turtle shell.
Where are my bow sets at? Oh, that's when they fire me. They're like, no, he referenced Tumblr. Get him out of here.
He's too online.
Aaron, but we got to get back online to episode 5, Panzy, and the titular character who reveals herself, taking off the weird mask to reveal it's a little lady, a young lady named Panzy. And then the adventure continues. They're walking toward a castle of some kind. Glorio's like, I know where we can get a plane. I got to talk to this guy. And I think Goku's like, oh, is he someone important? And Glorio is, no, he's more like a mafia boss. I was like, that's an interesting characterization.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, first of all, Glorio, you watching cinema, buddy? You watching The Godfather?
Yeah, they got mafias in Demon World 3.
Mm-hmm.
You come to me. Or
You come to me on the day of my Jima daughter's wedding.
Yeah, you can ask him any favor you want.
And you ask me a favor?
Per traditions. But yeah, we have I will say, Panzy is a refreshing addition to the boys' club.
Yep.
She is very much a Bulma-like. They just flipped it and reversed it. Instead of blue hair, light skin, it's light hair, blue skin.
Yeah, she's not beating the Bulma allegations.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh yeah, as it goes on, it's just like, this lady's just Bulma. Wait, Panzy. Panty.
Oh, I think we've caught him.
Yeah, he's still naming people out of underwear.
He can't stop. From beyond the grave.
Giggling.
Just chilling.
A lot of this episode is world. I don't even want to say world building. World explaining.
Yeah.
I think Pansy's like, she wants to get to know these gents. And she's like, hey, everyone can use magic. What's your magic? I can do this. And she can like lift a single rock.
Mm-hmm. And our boy Goku's like, I can do this. And touches his tongue with his thumb. Can you do it?
No.
All right. Well, we're not as magical as Goku.
Hold on.
No, but you're closer than me.
Teeth are in the way.
Yeah, these dang teeth. Can't wait to get rid of them.
Get them out of here.
Get them out of here.
Yeah, when I get dentures, can I do it?
That'll be your nice little parlor trick.
I think it's the only other thing I got is, let me disrobe first.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Aaron. Oh, look at that.
That bend.
Nice.
So put me in an action. Put me as a goon in your action movie.
You hear that, casting?
Make me goon.
Yeah, Aaron wants to be a gooner in the next Fast and Furious movie.
Mm-hmm. So what? Where they get to the castle?
Yeah, it's a walk and talk. They get to the castle. Turns out, one of my favorite Japanese words, hime or princess, is uttered. We learn that Panzy is the princess of this castle, and that the guards have met Glorio the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they do like a cool introduction to the king, King Kadan. So, this is a big tough guy. He's a sweetheart. He's a, you know what he is? He's a real ox king.
He's a real girl dad for sure.
And we learn that it's King Kadan that hired Glorio to bring those that defeated Majin Buu to defeat King Goma, so that King Kadan could become the supreme demon king of the demon realm. That's right. It's all about upward mobility.
Yep.
And through the smart use of vendors, he can chalk it up as his own win for his cabinet and run on that.
So I think, yeah, Ken is like, all right, you boys you children can go off, and if you can beat Goma, you, yeah, he's like offers Goku like, hey, you can marry Pansy if you win. And Goku's like, I'm married and I have 2 kids.
That is a good bit. Because it's like, oh my god, does everybody from your world look like children, or what's going on? And that's when Shin divulges that Goma turned them all into children, and that kind of comes into play as we get to the very end of this episode. But sandwiched there is King Kaidan's desire to see Goku in action, because of course, who's gonna believe this little boy beat Majin Buu? And Goku shows out. He does. It's pretty cool. A great sequence. Again, King Kaidan's like, hey guys, whoever beats this guy, everybody gets a raise. No weapons. Like, we're not trying to kill him. And Goku's like, no, you can use whatever you want.
Yeah. No guns, please.
Yeah. Goku just says no guns. No guns. And
Batman rules.
Batman rules.
Use fear and the darkness.
Use bugs. Where are your bugs?
Everyone here take a Metabug.
Where are the Metabugs? Where are the Dragon Balls?
Well, Batman. Well, Goku. One Dragon Ball east of town, and the other's west.
Knock it off, Joker. I don't have time for this.
If you want to make your wish, you have to pick.
Oh, I gotta make a hard choice.
It's between Krillin and Chi-Chi.
Oh, why do you make me choose?
something's in the way.
Come on, Goku, pick me. We'll get wings after. Come on.
Oh, I love wings almost as much as I love Gotham.
Yeah, let Goku be Batman.
Yeah. Robert Pattinson, take a break. You've done enough. We need a more food-motivated superhero for this day and age.
I think the evidence is in this chocolate cake.
The torta deliciosa. What could it mean?
Wait, that was
You forgot you forgot the rata alada? You didn't know what bat was in Spanish.
Stick your phone, put your phone to it.
Gemini. Translate. No, Google Assistant.
Siri.
He's got so many phones.
Which ecosystem is he in? This guy is the richest guy in town.
BlackBerry. Translate. Rata alada. I assume it's a lot of rats.
It's the fault of any sort of detective narrative. This is me getting on my high horse.
Go ahead.
The issue with any detective narrative is that up until a point, the killer, the criminal, is always going to be one step ahead, no matter how good the detective is. Although I think Glass Onion breaks that rule pretty well.
Star Trek likes to break that rule too when they have their mysteries. Somehow Jean-Luc or Benjamin Sisko is half a step ahead, and usually it's like some kind of lucky chance that puts them in the right position to nab them in the act.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the I knew the whole time, and I just played along to your little games.
Funny thing is, no Corsican has ever ingested watermelon before.
Right. Nick is saying that Sean Schemmel did play Batman in a game called Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, he did he?
Mm.
Dark Knight Rises.
And Nick,
Which
how
one's-
dare you tell us to look something up? You know how this works.
Remember, Aaron, we don't have the same stringent
That's true.
research rules, but we have to keep moving to not breeze past this exciting action sequence where Goku takes on a whole legion of demons single-handedly with no weapons, because at a point he flexes his Super Saiyan power.
Oh yeah.
And we get to see that he can still do it. He doesn't hold the form. He uses the residual energy to give himself like a Super Saiyan halo effect, and dispatches the rest of the enemies. One just says, "I surrender." Then King Kadon gets them a ship, a little bit more world examination of they had to recode the ship so that Warp Sama has the right ship registered. It reminds Shin that Kibito still needs the pin code to get to the demon realm. And then we get the introduction of my new favorite Dragon Ball character, Haibisu. Oh, Haibisu.
Yeah. Best boy.
The best boy who is practicing his ballet practice.
He's trying to dance.
My boy just wants to dance. Nobody puts Haibisu in a corner.
And they're like, hey, you got to go do this. And he's like, I was going to go to the salon. And they just close up his little curly Q on top, which
Yup.
may or may not be hair.
Undetermined at this point.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Is he like a fish man, frog man, reptilian? What are we thinking?
I thought it was his son. I thought it was King Caden's son.
Oh, I didn't assume Haibisu was his son.
I don't think that's the case. Because I feel
But that's
like
an interesting thing. Because I thought Panzy would have said like, "Hey, bro."
yeah, she would have slammed his ass.
Mm-hmm.
But we have Hibis. He doesn't want to go, but he goes. He does what he's told, and that's when they're like, "All right, take Panzy with you." She loads up the plane.
The plane, go for it. Yeah, we gotta call it a plane.
And they're like, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm great with machines too, so I'll be helpful, and that's why I should go."
Yeah.
My last name is Briefs.
I have a cousin on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was that she really wanted to go on the adventure.
Yeah.
But I think Gloria was like, I'm not too good with machines. And have we talked about the through line of Goku mispronouncing his name a bunch? Because that's happening too.
This episode really hits it, I think.
Yeah. He hits it a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait for the English dub so some localization person can write in a Glorilla joke.
I thought you were gonna go glory hole.
And a glory hole joke. Yep. Oh, I mean, this episode alone, you can get those glory hole, Glorilla, glow stick, Gorilla.
Claudio.
Yeah, Gladio, Epiglottis.
Glory starring Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick.
He's in it. Co-starring.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that Denzel's movie? No, I may hate to review Civil War history, but that Black Regiment, that's all I got, baby. That and Red Tails.
Sorry, I was just thinking of like, who's a famous murderer? Matthew Broderick.
But this episode 5, Panzy, ends with their ship crashing and be like, oh, maybe we did overpack. Oh. And now we can get to episode 6.
Doing it?
We're doing it.
Chugging along. All
Yeah,
right.
we got 15. We can get through it.
Fresh off the brain.
What's the title of this one?
Lightning.
Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me, Glorio. Glorio Figaro.
Pansy's and driving. Dumb. Some revelations. Some dumb shit.
Go for it. Hit me with it.
I like that each episode is very nicely connected. We're picking up right where we left off. Them crashing because Panzy had overpacked. Let's see. Goku goes on to explain that Shin is the Supreme Kai and he's essentially a god. And I like that Pansy's like, what did she say? Are you profitable?
Yeah. Are you profiting? I think it's her direct line.
It's like, I don't make money.
I don't make money.
It's like, the life.
Hope we all get there one day.
Train a Gohan every once in a while.
Yep. Or have your predecessor train a Gohan.
Yeah.
Shin didn't even do it.
He's supreme.
Look, I can't get into more Boo Saga crap,
All right,
okay?
All right. And then Goku's like, I sure do got to make a poop.
Golly, that's our man.
Mm-hmm.
That's our king. Our stinky king.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a lot of... We realize that Goku is as gross as it seems like he would be.
Yep. Shower? Why?
You can skip a shower.
Also, got any paper?
Mm-hmm. Boom, boom.
While Goku is relieving himself, there's more Grand Marie swinging by, swooping down. They're like, hey, this seems fishy. 3 people from 3 different demon worlds, because Glorio's like, I'm from the first demon world. Shin's like, I'm from the second demon world. And Panzy says, I'm from here. They register Pansy's collar that she keeps under her scarf and are like, all right, this is weird. You guys are what? Thrill seekers, adventurers? Fine. You see a little boy with spiky hair and a big red stick? Like, nah, son, I ain't seen nothing like that.
Zip.
Next thing you know, you're going to tell me he beat the Grand Marie in a fight. That's poppycock.
They're not looking for the other masked person.
I know. Yeah, they completely forgot that there was a masked person exactly Pansy's height that started it all.
Have you seen someone with weak ass bombs?
Hey, you smell like wasabi.
No, that's horseradish.
You're right. Back at our weird plane. We got to go. Because they do. Those 2 dudes, they're satisfied. They leave. Goku's like, oh, what did I miss? And I might add, he used the entire roll of toilet paper.
That's true. He didn't come back with
back with nothing to share.
He's doing this number.
He's a mitt?
He's got to be a mitt. If you're
yeah.
I don't trust a mitt.
I don't trust a mitt.
That's a waste.
It's so wasteful.
That's how you clog that toilet.
I know we got strong toilets here in the States, but even us, that's wasteful. Aaron, do you think we're gonna get a reveal that Goku has his tail? I'm waiting for them to reveal that like Goku got his tail back.
Much like Stella. I mean, Shin's a younger man, so
Goku also.
I feel like he would complain. I would love to see Goku with the tail again, but I feel like he would complain so much about it if it happened.
And he complained loudly, like, "Oh my god, I got this stupid tail. It's such a liability when I fight. I hope nobody grabs it."
He's like, "I can't wear pants with the tail." I will say, if we're back to Kid Goku, he hasn't been bottomless once.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get that.
He hasn't peed in a river.
There haven't been any rivers for him to pee in. That aren't just inky black darkness.
That's true. Just pee in the endless darkness.
Just so we can get a gag of a demon being like, "Why am I wet?"
Rain.
They get back in the plane.
Rain.
Horrible. Customary on Demon World 3. Horrible sulfur rain. They get back in the ship. We get a little bit more examination of Shin's family lineage and the Glind people, of which he is one. We learn that they all come from trees. That it's like every 100 or so years, a new Glind is born, and
they're hanging from their cords.
They're hanging from their cords in knots in trees. And it's also like, we're like, "Oh, is Kibito like you in that he came from a similar tree?" And he's like, "No, he's different." So I don't like, begs a little bit more question, but we kind of gloss over that to get to the antagonist, Degasu, Shin's brother, who comes from the same tree. He's the younger brother, I think 216 years younger.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to know how Panzy knew all about that. Because she knew about him and she knew about Arinsu, the mad doctor. And Shin's like, I think because she asked, like, why didn't Degasu and Arinsu leave to go to the outside world with the rest of the Glind? And he's like, well, Degasu never got along with the rest of the Glind. And Arinsu, always been a mad scientist, thought that staying in the demon world would be more interesting. So we get the whole family tree. Arinsu older than Shin. Shin is the middle child. And I do like that Goku kind of gives him a look, and Shin's like, "What? It's not my fault. I'm the middle child. I have no agency."
Yeah, I'm ignored. That's why I left.
So they're going to miss me when I'm gone.
Yeah. Look, even spanning hundreds of years, birth order still matters.
Still matters. You're telling me that if Raditz was still around, he wouldn't be like, "Kakarot, you're my younger brother. How could you be stronger than me?" You know, that'd be the whole thing. I don't even know if that's a good Raditz.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Raditz, like if they could befriend Raditz, he would just be taking care of Goku. He'd be a drunk uncle.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You think Raditz wouldn't be like, "This Earth wine is great. Hey Kakarot, why don't you just do this all the time?"
He's just hitting on Chi-Chi all the time.
"Hey Chi-Chi, why don't you get the loser, get with me? I got more hair."
He's whipping around. You know what? Yeah, Raditz should be dead. You're right.
Yeah, he should be dead.
They did it. They find a cave, much to Pansy's chagrin. She wants a hotel. She wants a shower. This is where we learn that Goku's nasty as hell. Doesn't wash his hands.
Oh yeah, he doesn't wash his hands. In his defense, I don't know where he would wash them, but like anyway.
Probably in the dirt. Something.
You got to do something. They all eat a bunch of food. Goku gets big baby boy belly and falls asleep.
Canned centipede, I think.
Yeah. Some nice canned centipede that Shin is like, "Oh, I don't like bugs." But while Goku is snoozing, Shin takes the time to ask Glorio, like, hey, so why do you want to stop King Goma if you're from the first demon world? And, you know, Glorio, shady character, gives a shady answer.
Mm-hmm.
I want to stop King Goma from being, a bad guy. Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Shin's like, okay. They all fall asleep. And then we see Glorio's on the phone late night. Late night on the phone.
He's asking a certain doctor if they're up.
Hey, doc, you up?
Yes, so you can give me your status report.
Oh,
like every night.
Everything's going according to plan. I'm still wearing the clothes that you set me out on. Are you wearing anything different?
No, I'm wearing my same outfit. This is the demon world. Everyone has one set of clothes.
Oh, right. Anyway,
you didn't pick up anything weird from Earth, did you? It seems like,
huh?
You have a different manner of speaking. Your voice is lower. Look, your voice is very low already.
Maybe Earth's got some real good smooth jams.
Like that bee recommended. What, Jerry Seinfeld? What was the follow-up to that question?
God.
Yeah, I love jazz. Why? What he's got a script. What's he gonna say? Come back to the hive? I know a good spot.
Well, wouldn't it be like, we love jazz because we communicate by dancing, but then you don't dance to jazz really, unless you're doing swing. But then you're listening to swing music, and I ain't new, Jack. Okay, it don't mean a thing, that dang swing. I want improvised horns and clarinets.
Yeah,
maybe a flute or two.
I want to hear the notes they don't play.
Yeah, baby, now you're talking my language.
Benson the bee? What were you thinking?
Man, what a for the lack of the monoculture, it's a shame that more youth aren't subjugated to that movie. Unlike, it used to be one of those summer theater things. They have like the kids movies at like 11 where you go and it's just a theater of kids. Why, Vince, do you know that? Because I was a camp counselor in my youth, and that's when we would take our kids to the movies too. And it was awful. Absolutely awful. It smelled like used diapers, talcum powder, and popcorn. A terrible combination. But you know what? That weird Seth Rogen monster movie hit with the kids.
It was a nightmare time at the theater. The Summer Kids series, no one wanted to work it because it is $1 a ticket.
Yep.
$1 a drink.
Yep.
For like a little baby drink, $1 for a little baby popcorn. Vince, the church groups.
Ooh,
somehow the rudest.
Of course, because they got God on their side. They don't have to say please and thank you.
Just too many.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, Nick. I'll recognize your Megalopolis reference.
Oh, we missed one?
If it were Adam Driver, he says, go back to the hive.
Oh, God, I'm missing out on Megalopolis.
Do we do a watch party? Is that the next stream?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck you, Coppola.
Yeah, dude. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Look, Coppola. Coppola, I don't care. You bankrolled it. I'ma steal it.
Why'd you give up your most profitable business venture for art? And I respect the hell out of that.
Yeah, Francis Ford.
And or tax evasion. I don't know.
Hey,
if you're a Coppola and he's in Big Papa's, like, I'm selling the vineyard to fund this movie that you've all read and told me is great. Even though you all looked away when you said it. But I have faith, so here we go. You're how mad are you?
Furious.
Has it
Oh my God. Don't they know vineyards make their money back in 30 years? That's the whole point.
but instead, we don't have a vineyard. We have a minion in the form of a minotaur.
That's right.
Big,
Mythologically
red-eyed.
accurate too, because of the smell.
Mhm. They are now. Yeah, there is a bit where Shin's like gives Goku a big whiff, and he's like, "Well, that's not Goku."
Yep.
And then there's a bit where Goku just calls the Minotaur a cow, and the Minotaur gets mad. It's like, I stand on my hind legs. I can talk. I'm not a cow. Yes, there are cows in the demon world.
Yeah, I like the thing where he's like, "You're a cow and you eat meat?" I'm not a cow, I'm a minotaur. That's a cool name. He's like, thank you.
And he's like, I'm gonna eat you guys. And there's a bit of a bro off between Glorio and Goku. They're both sort of jockeying to be the one to defeat the Minotaur. And it just turns into like, well, why don't we just fight instead?
Mm-hmm.
Because Glorio's getting pissed that his name's getting mispronounced all the time. He's like, hey, maybe you were tough back in the day, as in 2 days ago, but you're a kid now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I can go toe to toe with you. It's a fine match.
I argue that this is the best fight scene that we've seen so far, and it gets up there for me because we get a wide shot. We get a luxurious wide shot.
Mm-hmm.
We get to see actual choreography of the fight. And I'm surprised because modern Dragon Ball has not been spectacular at this in the clips that I've seen of the actual show of the tournament and whatnot. And even like in the Buu saga, it has some flashes, but we don't ever really get back to second World Martial Arts Tournament, even third World Martial Arts Tournament, or the Goku versus Cell fight sequence. I think the best fight sequence in the Buu saga is Goku versus Vegeta. And that's like very early on in the timeline. But I really liked the way this fight started. I enjoyed like Shin taking advantage of the situation, being like, "Hey, yo, Goku, I know you just dodged lightning, but I want you to give this guy the business. I want to see how strong he really is." And Goku's like, "Oh ho ho, you're taking the training wheels off. All right, Supreme Being." And Goku does give him the business, and we get to learn that Glorio has lightning magic, powerful lightning magic, from the way that Panzy and the Minotaur are observing him, which is a bit of a surprise. But back against the wall, Glorio goes full Palpatine. Goku charges up to glorious Super Saiyan 1 in his baby form, fully, all the way. And blocks what appears to be Glorio's like biggest charge attack. What is it? In my D&D campaign, I'm playing a sorcerer. I'm a dragonborn. I'm a bronze dragon. I'm from the bronze lineage, which means I have lightning control. So all of my magic stems from lightning. And when I leveled up, I got Witch Bolt. I'm assuming my Witch Bolt looks like Glorio's stuff.
You just play that clip now in the game.
I just play that clip in the Discord. I'm like, this me though. This is me.
You're from the bronze.
Yeah. Yo, dead ass. I rolled nat 20. It's a crit.
How many coppers for a chopped cheese?
Gonna have to ask the DM if we can
Charging a silver?
if we can get chopped cheese for a silver.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rare dish.
Pump that stamina up. But yeah, Goku wins the fight pretty handily, literally by being so fast that he goes behind Glorio, puts his hand on his back, and he's like, "I win." And Glorio's like, "Yep, you sure did, kid."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The Minotaur tries to sneak away. He sees how tough these hombres are. He does not want anything to deal with them. And Goku's like, "Hey, we're ready now. We can fight now."
Minotaur's like, oh, you know what? I just remembered I killed a giant, and I'm actually full. So y'all are good. And then his stomach crumbles, and it's like a nice little button on the end.
Good looking for you. I already ate a giant.
That's right. Hercule is the Minotaur.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Minotaurcule.
Look, I'm just a day player. I'm happy for the work. Just enough to pay my union dues.
Speaking of paying our dues, we cut back to the lookout. Bulma is finishing up her repairs on Kibito's plane.
Mm-hmm.
Looks brand spanking new. We see little tiny Vegeta moving big weights.
Oh, yes.
And Piccolo throwing shade. I guess Saiyans can't sit still, huh? Yeah, Piccolo. This ain't new to you. You babysit a baby Saiyan.
Yeah. And then they're like, all right, time to leave. And I was surprised at this because in the ship, it's just Piccolo, Kibito, and Vegeta. Bulma, and again, the most adorable Mr. Popo we've ever seen.
The horned one.
Waving them off. Alarms go off, and it crashes back onto the ground.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Much to Bulma's chagrin.
And what I'm going to say is Haibisu is going to have a glorious introduction. And I can't wait for Haibisu to go right to Popo and be like, you must be in charge.
Yeah. You have the best hair.
Nice horns. I'm Haibisu.
Mm-hmm.
But there, we're all caught up on Daima, Aaron. Any final thoughts? Do you have any thoughts about the nature of Glorio and Arinsu's relationship, partnership? Do you anything like that?
I think what it is that if we look at OG Dragon Ball in that first arc and how perfect it is, because you kind of find a new Dragon Ball almost every episode.
Yeah.
And so I think there's a pretty definitive line of progress where this is like it. Yeah, I think it's like we're waiting for the rest of the group to meet up with everyone. We're waiting for something that's progress and not just like we're going in a direction and then this random thing happens.
Right.
And it's very it's a very easygoing pace, which I'm not used to in Dragon Ball. I think we're used to longer episodes where not a lot happens, but I think there's things not really happening, and then there's things that are happening that aren't really anything. And I think we might be in the latter territory. I'm not mad at it, but it's like, can we find a singular Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
Or
can we meet a Tamagami? Can we meet like a Tamagami guardian of some kind? Like, Where are the traps? Where is like the actual danger? Because it's all pretty superficial at this point.
I think that's it, because you still had Pilaf. They were constantly trying to interject into everything.
Mhm.
Or and again, it's the problem of like later Dragon Ball, where it's what is the actual, like you said, what is the actual danger for Goku? What is the actual challenge?
Yeah.
I'm just, again, I'm gonna trust the process. I'm not trying to judge too harshly. It's like it tells you what this is. It's still a fun adventure.
Okay. I'm definitely enjoying the ride so far. Like you said, they're peppering in the dull moments by they're giving us enough action in every episode, whether that's like Goku doing a little bit of training and flexing of his abilities, or getting to see what Glorio is really all about. Panzy, a welcome introduction, and the drip feeding of, well, what's Glorio's end goal? Who is he really? Why is he on this mission? And what ultimately is, now that we know Dr. Arinsu is kind of pulling some strings, how much of that is is her direction versus Glorio's intention? I'm going to make a prediction that Glorio is one of Dr. Arinsu's experiments, and he's like kind of indebted to her and is helping her further her goal, which my guess is going to be, a chaotic neutral. She's just like, I saw what the mortals out there in the other world were able to do. Demons need to get stronger, and I'm going to help demons get stronger. Where I think Degasu has just contempt for the outside world.
Yeah.
And being left behind by the rest of the Glind, his big brother included, and is like, well, you all left. I stayed behind. I'm going to reap the benefits of, my own upward mobility. And Goma, I think, is just their little pawn that may have greater desires. Like, we don't know exactly what he's going to use that evil third eye, if he ever gets it, for. And we have yet to meet the leader of the second demon world to see like what other political things are at play. Because if they find a way to inject more of the like demon world political drama, then it'll become a Sandland. And I think that behind the scenes thrust will allow us to just kind of enjoy the actiony bits. While like Shin, Piccolo, and maybe Vegeta are like, Kakarot, there's more at stake than just having fun and fighting and getting Dende back. We have to think about the implications of the outside world and whatnot. So far, I'm still loving it. And I'm going to play us out because we got a second half of this stream where we play a little bit of video games. What's up?
I do think we have to mention, just real quick, talking about Dende. I think there's one point they're like, we have to hurry. Goku had made a suggestion at one point of like, let's get those balls, baby, and then we can wish first. And they're like, no. Let's save Dende first, and then we can get the balls. We need the. And then they're like, who knows what horrible things are happening to Dende?
Oh,
and
right.
He's just baby Dende in a crib having a story read to him.
Mm-hmm.
And then
oh yeah, and Goma comes in and is like, what are you doing? More feeling.
More emotions in the voices.
Do better acting for this baby. He's very important.
Yeah. He's gonna grow up and give us more and give us Dragon Balls that aren't hard to get.
Exactly. So
it's, I mean, if they live for hundreds of years, I think that's it. They're playing the long game.
Playing the long game. And I'm gonna play a little long game after I play us out, stop the recording, and we're going to play some Assassin's Creed Unity right after this.
Hey, let's do it.
Yummy, yummy house party!